All right, guys, so we've been getting a lot of requests to do more league games. So today, that's what I'm going to do for you. We've also gotten a hold of the Statue of Liberty, which is a new card. So I wanted to do a showcase build around it, and we're going to do it in leagues. So here's the showcase card, new card that just dropped yesterday. It says, when played, if your deck has exactly 6 science cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain plus 21 power until played, and repeat for each album. So that means that we want to do 6, 6, and 6 on our build, right? So we have 18 slots. So I chose history, science, and arts and culture as my 3 albums I'm choosing from. Some of the other cards in this deck. Let's go over the science cards first. We have Chronophotographic Gun. When played, the card opposite this loses 100 this turn. We have Set of All Sets, which is just going to sit in our hand, and it itself and one other card are just going to gain 7 permanently. So just let that keep getting our cards bigger and bigger. We have Door to Hell, which when drawn, your cards in hand burn 30 until played and gain plus 50 power this turn. So nice quick boost. We've added Siege Tower, another card I haven't really shown much. When drawn, your cards in hand gain plus 32 power and cost plus 2 energy until played. So just buffing all our stuff up. We have a lot of cheap 3, 4, 2-drops in this deck, so that energy that it's tacking on isn't too much of a big deal in leagues, at least for this week. Mycoplasma, when played, the card opposite this loses 50 power and costs minus 2 permanently. So we're just dinging his card's overall power permanently. Let's go on to look at the arts and culture cards. I've added Ace of Cups. When played, your cards adjacent to this gain plus 20 power permanently. When returned, your cards adjacent to this cost plus 1 energy permanently. So again, just boosting our cards' raw stats permanently on the power level. We've got the Furies. When returned, if you lost the turn, your opponent's remaining cards in hand lose 20 power permanently. So just if we do end up losing a turn, we can ding some of their power. We've added Figure Skating, mainly for just the buff. So your cards adjacent to this gain plus 25 this turn. Same reason we've added Stradivarus. When played, your cards adjacent to this gain plus 38 this turn. We've added Charles Dickens for the late game. So if he's drawn after round 3, your cards in hand gain plus 35 permanently. So a nice quick buff to everything, which is fantastic. And finally, we have Jola Boca Flood. When drawn, your arts and culture and history cards in hand gain plus 24 power until played. So as you know, we have 12 of those, so it's a good chance when it's drawn, it's going to trigger. Now, we wanted to keep some cheap costing cards in this deck on purpose, so Napoleon Bonaparte can trigger with 4 less. Base energy, gain plus 25 power this turn, so he's going to be the one boosting up a lot of these 3, 4, 2-drop cards that we have to help get that extra power online. We have Night Attack. When drawn, if it's after round 1, your cards, wherever they are, gain plus 23 this round. Another buffer. We have Rat King as a buffer. When drawn, your cards in hand gain plus 13 permanently, and this card loses 13 power permanently. So again, just buffing our cards. Same as Great Wall of China, another cheap 3-drop that is just buffing our cards. And we have Testudo Formation. When returned, your cards, wherever they are, gain plus 48 power and cost plus 3 this round. So again, we don't care much about the plus 3 energy it's costing. We just want that buff of 48 to our cards. And finally, we have Pocahontas and John Smith. Your history and arts and culture cards in hand gain plus 15 power this turn. So again, that's 12 cards it's hitting. So good chance that we can trigger the majority of that. And then if you won the turn, gain +2 energy this round, which is not as important. We don't care much about. But been wanting to show this card. I think it's kind of a cool card, so figured we'd show it off in a deck as well. Along with Siege Tower, like I said, we haven't really shown that much. And then the showcase card, Statue of Liberty. So those are some of the new cards we're showing today. Hopefully you guys enjoy. The deck's been playing fairly good, especially late game. It's been putting down, I think I had a few 500 power turns back to back at the end of the game. So it's been pretty good, especially in leagues. So again, I don't play a lot of leagues, so this is me down in trash tier. So I don't know, maybe as you get to the higher ranks, this deck might not be as good. I don't know. Again, I don't get up that high usually, or care that much to get up that high, I should say. Probably could if I tried, but as you can see, I'm still down in trash tier because I don't really play leagues. But here we go. Let's see if we can get some wins off with this deck I brewed up for us today. Like I said, I played a few games with it already, and it's been successful. So let's see if it continues. All right, so I definitely want to get Door to Hell back in cycling, and along with Charles Dickens for the later game. So let's get him. Let's do Ace of Cups with him so we can buff him. Looks like we're up against a pirate deck, which can put out pretty good power late game. I played against one of those earlier. So as we get to the late rounds, I'm going to need to be putting out probably 400 plus power to be able to keep up with them. There's our Testudo formation, so we want to get it down, start taking advantage of it. What else do we want to do? Don't know that I want to do Siege Tower with it. I think it's going to be quite... make our cards quite expensive. So let's just do one of these for now. All right, looks like we got a nice early lead here. So what is Napoleon Bonaparte? He can buff quite a few, so let's do that and get him online. So there we go. Start digging some of his cards' permanent power here. All right, so we got round one in the bag pretty easily there. Let's move on to round two. This might be a good chance to get Siege Tower down now. So let's do that with our Strativerse or Varus and the Furies. See if we can lose this round here. Maybe. There we go. That should help. So now our Furies card is going to ding his card's power. Good turn for him. See if we can make a comeback off of that. There's our Statue of Liberty. So I want to get it down so we can start getting the buff off of it. Let's do figure skating. And let's see here. Let me get Great Wall back in the deck. Another good turn for our opponent. You see that Pirates deck starting to really do some heavy hitting already. There's our set of all sets. So we're going to let it just hang out in our hand, start buffing our cards up. There's our Charles Dickens, so let's get him back cycled. So I want him in that late game. And we're definitely going to lose this round, so let me chuck this card away. All right, opponent putting down some good numbers here. Let's see if we can make a little comeback. All right, on to round 3. Need to get our Testudo formation going. Oh, and there's our Knight attack. So we got, and a Door to Hell. So we're going to have a lot of buffs this turn. So it's going to be good for us. Be hitting really hard here. Let's get our Knight attack back. Door to Hell. And let's do this one so we can get that buff for next turn. Opponent keeping up with us. The Bravely Love combo. All right, we drew our Napoleon Bonaparte, so let's get him down. We'll do it like this. I chose poorly on the gun, unfortunately. But we still have a pretty good lead, so I'll be surprised if he can come back from that. So while we have this lead, I want to get Rat King down. Debating if I want to hold Siege Tower for next round. Just because it's hitting really hard. Let's do it. Let's hold it. Don't think he can catch up from this. It's going to also give us our full 30 energy going into the start of the next round here. All right, on to round 4. Drew our Statue of Liberty again, so maybe we get that down, get that buff going. Digging our cards there. Still held the lead though, so that's good. All right, we got our Charles Dickens, so it's going to trigger. Get everything nice and meaty here. Let's do it like that. Another good turn from our opponent. Like I said, I was pretty confident he was going to be putting down 400 to 500 towards the later rounds here. So he is doing that for sure. We are keeping up with it. There we go, hitting 2 more of his cards, power level. All right, we drew our Knight attack, which is good. Gonna get that trigger here. So the question is, do we think we can close this game out right here? So that's gonna determine if I want to play this sets card or not. Let's see here. So most damage would be that, 453. That's going to mean he has to put down over 500. Let's do that. And did he do it? I don't think he did. So there you go, guys. Deck did fairly well, as you can see. We'll play one more game. You guys can see it in action one more time. Seems pretty strong. I mean, nothing too crazy, but it's doing the job right now. All right, let's go one more. Hey, ranked up, level 16. Watch out. Out of trash tier into dumpster tier. What up? Moving on up, moving on up. I finally got a piece of the... All right, guys, it's a good time to say if you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe. You know, shoot me a like, comment, support the channel if you would. Keeps me making these videos for you if you guys enjoy it. All right, we're going to go into game 2 now. Got our Statue of Liberty in our open hand, so let's go ahead and get it down. Start getting that buff. I think I'm going to play Testudo Formation as well. And debating on this third card. I don't think I want to do Furies quite yet, because he's only playing 2 cards. One of which might be the Lovers. Could be why he's doing that. And it is. As expected. Good turn for him right off the start, huh? Lover's card, man, hits hard. All right, we got our Charles Dickens, so I want to get it back in the mix. Let's drop our Furies. And this will buff both those cards, so let's play it. Some good power there, 391. That's going to put us back in the lead. Going into the final turn of the round. All right, there's our Knight attack, so we want to get it back in the mix. What else? So I want to put down probably the max power because we have a good shot of winning this turn. Or this round, I mean. So let's just drop our max. Oh, also up against the Statue of Liberty's deck. Looks like he's got a very similar build. He's got the Stradivarus. I actually had MLK originally. I took it out. Trying to think what I subbed in. I think I put Knight Attack in instead or something like that. Originally built this in more for a casual build. Had Ghost and some other stuff, and then I was like, you know, my guys have been wanting league content, so let me mix this up a little bit. So I took out Ghost, and what else did I take out? I took out some other cards to add in Testudo Formation. I added in trying to think what else I added. Siege Tower I added in. Oh, looks like he had a gun as well. And a Door to Hell. And his deck's very similar to ours. Also rocking that Statue of Liberty. It's funny, he chose the exact albums we did too. A Testudo Formation as well. Werewolf's kind of a odd inclusion in that deck, I feel like, because you can't put the moon in if you don't have space. So I don't know that I like that inclusion on his part. All right, let's get our statue back going. I'm going to play... do I want to do that? I don't think we need to. I think we're going to hold that until next round, actually. Since we have a nice lead. Oh, maybe we should have played it. He's hitting harder than I expected. Oh, I hope we didn't just throw that round when we didn't need to. All right, good. We ended up getting it anyway, but definitely scared me there for a second. Thought he might have got it. All right, deck doing what it's supposed to do, and that's win. All right, so we got our Stradivarus. I want to get Testudo Formation online, and let's get Charles Dickens back so we can get it again later. Nice lovers combo from him. Right, we got our Testudo online. It's going to be helping us hit nice and hard here. Got the Knight Attack trigger as well. Let's get it back in. I don't think Furies is the play because I think we're probably going to win this turn. So let's do it like this. All right, so we caught back up. Ooh, nice door to hell timing there. It's going to help buff us up for this hopefully last turn. All right, so what's our max? Let's try Napoleon. Probably get settable sets down, actually. And what's our last card here? Let's do Door to Hell. 700 power. So you can see this deck is no joke. It can put down some pretty nutty power. Especially down here in Dumpster Tier. I don't think he'll be able to do much about this. His mouth probably just hit the floor. All right, guys. Well, that's the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the video showcasing the Statue of Liberty. I think it's a decent card. I don't have any qualms with it currently. A couple of the other cards I showcased, the Siege Tower, did really well. And Testudo Formation, most people already know that card's good. So, but all right, guys. If you enjoy the content, shoot me a like or a comment. If you got any deck ideas you'd like to see or cards you'd like me to showcase specifically, just let me know. We'll try to get one going. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.